on who the penalty advantage is for. He's saying it's a penalty advantage for Troy, but it looks like Spring Hill will be taking the ball. So, all right, it'll be penalty advantage for Spring Hill on the offsides play by not rolling away by Troy. Ball is kicked out and hits our tent. It's going to be Spring Hill. It's going to be a Spring Hill ball. Spring Hill throw-in at the 30-meter line. Number 16, Joa Phillips sets up for made the penalty kick. We have number 2, Alejandro Chavez, that will be setting up for the throw-in. We have a full line out for Spring Hill. And the tree takes the ball. There's going to be a reset of the throw-in. Tree kind of caught the attempted throw-in by Spring Hill, by Chavez. We have a direct pass in and goes to Wilkins. And we have a penalty blow-up. Ref calling not straight is going to be Troy ball. Troy's looking to take the scrum. It's going to be inside Troy territory, just about the 40-meter line. Troy setting up for the scrum. Scrum is set and scrum is engaged. And ball's in. Troy maintaining possession of the ball. Milner gets the ball out to Hessing. Hessing crashes the ball just out and taking it just outside the 45-meter line in Troy territory. Milner gets the ball out to Zedeker. Zedeker crashes in just for a meter gain. Ball's passed out to Miller. Miller takes it over the 50-meter line. Troy gets the ball out to Matthews. Matthews is stopped immediately at the 50. Three-man tackle on Matthews. Scrum half Milner, and we have a penalty. We have not rolling away. Penalty advantage to Troy. Milner will be setting up for the kick into touch. And the ball is kicked into touch, caught by the tree, and it is in Spring Hill territory just at the 45-meter line. Just to let you know, the game score is still 10-5, Troy leading in the second half. As we set up for the play, Fortuna setting up to throw the ball in. And we have a knock-on by Troy and goes into touch. It's going to be a Spring Hill ball. Setting up for the scrum at the 45-meter line. No, we will be having a throw-in from touch for Spring Hill. Throw-in being by Alejandro Chavez, number 2. There's going to be a 5-man line out for Spring Hill. And the ball is taken in by number 18, Dan Campbell. Campbell passes out to Phillips. Phillips gets the ball out to number 12, Eneman. Eneman is taken down inside Troy territory, just inside the 45-meter line. We have a ruck form. Ward gets the ball out. And it looks like number 8, Campos, dodges a player and gets it in. I'm sorry, that was number 18, Dan Campbell. So we have a knock-on. We have a knock-on the penalty. It's going to be a knock-on advantage to Spring Hill. We're about 5 meters outside the 22, so we're about the 27 or so 30-meter line. Ward setting up to put the ball in. We have early movement into scrum. It's going to be a free kick to Troy. Troy setting up to be able to setting up the pods for the forward crash. Ball goes to Matthews. James Matthews dodges one player and goes into a ruck. Ruck is taken down just at the 35-meter line, and we have a penalty. We have a penalty advantage to Spring Hill. And penalty advantage to Spring Hill. We have time offs as the ref takes the time to be able to talk with his line judge to determine exactly what the penalty's nature is. As the ref tries to explain it out to the Spring Hill players, trying to determine who exactly is having the penalty. It looks like it's going to be a penalty against Spring Hill College. So it'll be a penalty advantage for Troy. Troy will be taking the ball at the 35-meter line inside Troy territory. And it looks like there was a little confusion for Troy, and we got a mass tackling of scrum half Eric Milner. James Matthews for Troy takes, and we have another penalty. Looks like we're trying to figure out exactly what the full confusion was for that play. Looks like we have a sub. Number 22, Danny Wall, coming in for number 11, Kyle Avery. All right, we're about to set up for the scrum. It'll be Spring Hill advantage inside Troy territory, just about 4 meters outside the 22-meter line. Early movement on the scrum has been a bane on these two teams as they have been forced to reset just about every single scrum that they have done so far. The antsiness of trying to take the advantage early does not always work to the benefit of either team. Scrum is getting reset. And scrum is in. We have a little bit of turn. And Ward gets the ball out. Ball is passed out and missed by Phillips. But Flynn picks up the drop ball going backwards. It is still Spring Hill ball, and we have another whistle by the ref. We're going to have a scrum advantage going to Troy. It looks like we're going to be calling on the knock-on and happen to go backwards. Looks like we have a bit of an injury on the field. It looks like Ryan Flynn for Spring Hill is down. We're going to take this time to go to commercial. We'll be right back.
Gift Time Rugby Network is the newest rugby source available, covering rugby here in the southeast region of the United States at the college, club, and high school levels, as well as covering the USA Eagles women's and women's 15s and 7s. Keep up with scores, schedules, and people at www.gifttimerugby.com. Follow us on Twitter at GiftTimeRugby or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/GiftTimeRugby. That's gift time with 2 T's. Don't forget, when you live the rugged life, don't forget to grow rugby. Every week, Gift Time Rugby Network puts up games to watch this weekend and scores for the weekend. To update you on what is happening this week and what happened the week prior, go to www.gifttimerugby.com to keep up with rugby events going on in your area. That's www.gifttimerugby.com. Check us out.
All right, we're back. It looks like that it's not any major injury for fly half Ryan Flynn. Looks like he's got a little bit of cramping going on the field. It is a hot day today as the temperature is 88 degrees. Even with the wind, the humidity does not make this place any easier to deal with. Thank God that we have some shade, or else it would be a lot more painful for us. Both teams still trying to figure out what they need to do next as they wait for Flynn to stretch and uncramp as he sits in the middle of the field. Luckily, it is nothing serious, but it looks like it's enough to hold the game just for a little bit. Both teams take their water break. We will be right back as soon as the game begins.
Ah, yes. Well, looky here, ah, what do we have? Another pretty thing ready for me.
All right, it looks like Ryan Flynn is able to walk off under his own power. Looks like he'll be okay. We have a replacement, looks like. Looks like Mitcher's back on from being in sin bin. As we're setting up for the scrum on the backwards pass knock-on. All right, as both teams setting up for the scrum. And scrum is engaged. It'll be Spring Hill advantage, and the ball is put in, and Spring Hill is getting turned. It looks like it's still Spring Hill ball. Ward takes it to the far left outside hash and is taken down immediately. Ball is picked up by Mitzer. Mitzer takes the ball to the outside, gets it to the 22-meter line. Picked up by Johanna Phillips. Ward gets the ball out. Ball's passed out to number 3, Mike Short. Short's taken outside the 22. Ball's passed into Wilkins. Wilkins takes it inside the Troy 22. Phillips does another crash, gets it inside the 22-meter line. Ball's passed out to number 6, Schmaltz, and we have a penalty. This is going to be a penalty advantage for Spring Hill. This is going to be at the 22-meter line. The score is 10-5 Troy, as Spring Hill is starting to creep into the red zone for Troy. Number 16, Phillips takes the ball in, dodges a player, breaks 2 tackles, and gets it in for the outside left hash. Number 16, Jonah Phillips, for the second score of the half. As we set up, it is tie game 10-10. Spring Hill is setting up for the point after. Looks like number 3, Mike Short, will be setting up to make the point after kick for Spring Hill. Mike Shorts prepares.